Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Python programming series. In previous video we learned about lambda function in Python, like what are lambda function in Python, how to create lambda function in Python, and so on. If you didn't watch previous video, please watch it. You can find link in I button or you can find link in description below. If can also bookmark the Python tutorial playlist and subscribe to this channel, so you don't miss any video in future. In today's video, we will continue our Python tutorial series and we will discuss world of Python object-oriented programming, commonly known as OOP. If you're new to programming or just curious about this concept, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of what is OOP and how to use it in your Python projects. So, if you're ready, let's start today's topics. So let's understand, what is object-oriented programming in Python? Object-oriented programming, or OOP, is a programming paradigm based on the concept of objects. The object contains both data and code, data in the form of properties, often known as attributes, and code, in the form of methods. An object-oriented paradigm is to design the program using classes and objects. Python programming language supports different programming approaches like functional programming, modular programming. One of the popular approaches is object-oriented programming, or OOP. To solve a programming problem is by creating objects. An object has the following two characteristics. 1. Attribute. 2. Behavior. For example, a car is an object, as it has the following properties. Name, price, color as attributes. Braking, acceleration as behavior. One important aspect of object-oriented programming in Python is to create reusable code using the concept of inheritance. This concept is also known as dry or don't repeat yourself. Now let's understand, what is class and objects in Python? In Python, everything is an object. A class is a blueprint for the object. To create an object we require a model or plan or blueprint, which is nothing but class. For example, you are creating a vehicle according to the vehicle blueprint or template. The plan contains all dimensions and structure. Based on these descriptions, we can construct a car, truck, bus, or any vehicle. Here, a car, truck, bus are objects of vehicle class. A class contains the properties, attribute, and action or behavior of the object. Properties represent variables, and the methods represent actions. Hence class includes both variables and methods. Here is the blueprint of car class and its objects in Python. Object is an instance of a class. The physical existence of a class is nothing but an object. In other words, the object is an entity that has a state and behavior. It may be any real-world object like the mouse, keyboard, laptop, etc. In other words, we can say, a class is a user-defined data structure that binds the data members and methods into a single unit. Class is a blueprint or code template for object creation. Using a class, you can create as many objects as you want. And an object is an instance of a class. It is a collection of attributes or variables and methods. We use the object of a class to perform actions. Creating a class in Python. In Python, class can be defined by using the class keyword. This is the syntax how you can create a class in Python. Where class_name is the name of the class. Docstring is the first string inside the class and has a brief description of the class. Although not mandatory, but this is highly recommended. Statements is the attributes and methods. Now let's define a class in Python. In this example, we are creating a person class with name, gender, and profession instance variables. Creating object of a class in Python. An object is essential to work with the class attributes. The object is created using the class name. When we create an object of the class, it is called instantiation. The object is also called the instance of a class. A constructor is a special method used to create and initialize an object of a class. This method is defined in the class. In Python, object creation is divided into two parts in object creation and object initialization. Internally, the underscore underscore new underscore underscore is the method that creates the object. And, using the underscore underscore init underscore underscore method, you can implement constructor to initialize the object. This is the syntax to create an object in Python. Here is the example, how you can create an object of person class in Python. Now let's see completed example. Here we have defined a call person, and creating object of person class with 3 arguments. Let's run the Python file to see the result. As you can see on the screen, we are getting same values, which you passed while creating object. Class attributes in Python. When we design a class, we use instance variables and class variables. In class, attributes can be defined into 2 parts. Instance variables. The instance variables are attributes attached to an instance of a class. We define instance variables in the constructor or underscore underscore init underscore underscore method of a class. Class variables. A class variable is a variable that is declared inside of class, but outside of any instance method or underscore underscore init underscore underscore method. Here is the difference between class and instance variables in Python. Objects do not share instance attributes. Instead, every object has its copy of the instance attribute and is unique to each object. All instances of a class share the class variables. However, unlike instance variables, the value of a class variable is not varied from object to object. Only one copy of the static variable will be created and shared between all objects of the class. Accessing properties and assigning values in Python. An instance attribute can be accessed or modified by using the dot notation, instance underscore name dot attribute underscore name. A class variable is accessed or modified using the class name. This is the example of accessing properties and assigning values in Python. Now let's run the Python file to see the expected output. Open your command prompt, let me clear the screen, type python space file name which is 19_2.py, and press enter. You can see the expected result on the screen. Class methods in Python OOP. In object-oriented programming, inside a class, we can define the following 3 types of methods. Instance method. Used to access or modify the object state. If we use instance variables inside a method, such methods are called instance methods. Class method. Used to access or modify the class state. In method implementation, if we use only class variables, then such type of methods we should declare as a class method. Static method. It is a general utility method that performs a task in isolation. Inside this method, we don't use instance or class variable because this static method doesn't have access to the class attributes. This is the diagram to different class methods in Python. Instance methods work on the instance level or object level. For example, if we have 2 objects created from the student class, they may have different names, marks, roll numbers, etc. Using instance methods, we can access and modify the instance variables. A class method is bound to the class and not the object of the class. It can access only class variables. This is the example of define and call an instance method and a class method. If you have any doubt in any line of code, please comment below in comment box. I will explain you each line of code. Now let's run the Python file to see the expected output. Open your command prompt, let me clear the screen, type python space file name which is 19_2.py, and press enter. You can see the expected result on the screen. Class naming convention in Python. Naming conventions are essential in any programming language for better readability. If we give a sensible name, it will save our time and energy later. Writing readable code is one of the guiding principles of the Python language. We should follow specific rules while we are deciding a name for the class in Python. Rule 1. Class names should follow the uppercase camel case convention. Rule 2. Exception classes should end in error. Rule 3. If a class is callable or calling the class from somewhere, in that case, we can give a class name like a function. Rule 4. Python's built-in classes are typically lowercase words. Pass statement in Python class. In Python, the pass is a null statement. Therefore, nothing happens when the pass statement is executed. The pass statement is used to have an empty block in a code because the empty code is not allowed in loops, function definition, class definition. Thus, the pass statement will result in no operation, NOP. Generally, we use it as a placeholder when we do not know what code to write or add code in a future release. For example, suppose we have a class that is not implemented yet, but we want to implement it in the future, and they cannot have an empty body because the interpreter gives an error. So use the pass statement to construct a body that does nothing. In this example, we defined class without a body. To avoid errors while executing it, we added the pass statement in the class body. Delete object properties in Python. We can delete the object property by using the del keyword. After deleting it, if we try to access it, we will get an error. In this example, as you can see, the attribute name has been deleted. When we try to print or access that attribute, gets an error message. Now let's run the Python file to see the expected output. Open your command prompt, let me clear the screen, type python space file name which is 19_2.py, and press enter. You can see the expected result on the screen. As you can see, we are getting name attribute error. That's all for this video. We will discuss more about object-oriented programming in upcoming videos with practical examples. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, please let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up for more content, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, keep exploring and keep coding. Thanks for watching, and happy coding.